Thank you. So next I'd invite Barbara Price to the table. Barbara, representing the St Christopher's Anglican Church. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this afternoon, and you've got also 5 minutes for your presentation.
Well, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come and present. The area of the long-term plan I'd like to make a submission on is the remission of rates in relation to charities. And in particular the cash holding, which isn't considered unless it's for capital purposes. In our case, we've been granted a generous bequest from a parishioner, and we had taken the decision, our vestry has, to use that to expand the work that we're doing for the next 3 years in the community. We had to cut back on our work because funds weren't available, but we felt that with COVID and the flow-on effect, which is going to be around for quite some time, we needed to be very proactive in looking to support the community, support people's mental health and well-being. So in our case, the funds that we hold we wouldn't be given an exemption for that. So I just want to sort of make sure that councillors are actually aware of what the church does in the community in 2021. I think that sometimes people think that it's an outdated organisation that might have 20 people there on a Sunday and amongst these big buildings. But I'd just like to point out the number of community groups that are using our facilities 7 days a week and right through till 9 o'clock, every night. Now, in all of our facilities, if there is a rental on it, our rental is never higher than the City Council rental on your own facilities. We believe that we are there to support the community, so we don't look to make money out of them. Several groups are given free access to our facilities. One of those groups is actually the Canterbury District Health Board for their Senior Chef program. So the church, in fact, is donating the cost of the power and allowing them to use the facilities so that people, a lot of them who have been widowed, they're not eating very well, they're referred through to this program and taught how to look after themselves, how to cook nutritional meals, and thereby lower that health cost to society. We've just been approached by the Health Board to say, would we consider giving the facilities for a new initiative called Senior Living? And that decision has been made that yes, this supports the health and well-being of our community, so we will. We have several ethnic groups who wouldn't be able to afford to meet if they weren't coming to our facilities. The Eritrean community use it, where they have a huge emphasis. They've come from persecuted situation. They are working hard to have their youth study at university and progress their lives. So celebrating their achievements and their graduations is important, and so they get our discounted rates to use our facilities for that. The Korean, we have a Korean church every Sunday, the same thing, and we have the Kriala community, which also benefit from those discounted rates. As far as the community goes, we have put in many things like Little Dove movement music, Moving On, mainly music for preschoolers, holiday programs for children. We have 24/7 youth workers in both Merrin School and Westburn. And with the COVID situation being in Avonhead, we set up a food bank which was done on a relationship basis, so that people in our parishes from the 3 combined churches, if they knew of somebody who'd lost their job in Air New Zealand or whatever, they're not likely to rock up to the city mission and say, I need food. So we have started a relationship thing where if we hear of these people, then food is actually delivered. And the schools have asked us to help some of their families on that basis, which we have done. So I would just like to say that, yes, on the surface it might seem like it's saving money to do away with the rates remission, but in our case, if we don't have the remission of rates, these are the many organisations and groups that we would have to look at the costs of. So we're providing facilities that if we folded these community groups wouldn't have access to, and so the council would be needing to look at increasing facilities. You know, we're paying building warrant fitness, we're paying all the compliance costs for this, and our efforts to help have a society that's connected. We're particularly targeting people who could be lonely, left in their homes, isolated. We've done an initiative like Uni Chef for the university students after the young lad was found dead in his room, where we bring in 6 university students, teach them how to cook. They share a meal together over 6 weeks. That's 5 people they know in university. So my plea is that it might seem like a simple thing to put a line through rates remission, but please think of the flow-on effect, and please understand the work that churches are actually doing in the community in the social field. So thank you for listening.
Thank you. And yours is one of a number of similar submissions that we've had on the same subject. So thank you for bringing that message to us this afternoon. And thank you for what you're doing in our communities, the work you're doing and the facilities that you're providing.
Andrew,
Thank you.
Just not a question or anything. I've just had an email from the vicar, or from Michael as well, that I'll just send around, just listing a lot of the activities they do over in Avonhead. So it might be useful for us when we consider that rates remission stuff.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right.